Welcome, folks, to Unicorn Light Tarot. It's so wonderful to have you here today. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. So happy to have you here. And for those wonderful subscribers, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. Today we are doing a completely timeless reading on what it is that you need to hear right now. What messages are relevant for you right now, messages of light and hope. So again, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you come across this reading is the right time for you. And we're just going to get some messages that resonate with you today and give you that security and light and hope that you are hoping for. So as usual, we have 3 piles. The first pile here has our little wizard, Gandalf. And our second pile here has our skeleton warrior. And then the third pile has our unicorn, who's a little lopsided, maybe a little bit drunk, but that's fine. So 3 piles here. Please take a breath with me. Just ground into your energy while we ask our guardian angels to come in with messages of light. And feel free to take as much time as you need to choose which pile is resonating with you. If you need to go ahead and pause the video for any length of time, go ahead and do that. And as usual, the timestamps will be printed or listed right below, so you can go right to your pile whenever it is you choose it, and you can get your messages immediately. So let's go ahead and do pile 1. Okay, pile 1. This is your pile, and as a reminder, this is a timeless reading, messages you need to hear right now. So we're asking our spirit guides for light-filled messages you need to hear right now. And as usual, I have my Reiki wand, and should we need a little extra healing to send your way, that's exactly what we're going to do. So for any of you that chose the wizard, pointing in that direction, ready for your journey, these are your inspired messages. So commitment is the first message here. The Rainbow Reviver. High Priestess. 3 of Earth. Back into creativity. And we have Beginnings, which is reversed. Archangel Raphael with Breathe. And Ace of Wands reversed here. So the first message I am getting for you, pile 1, is that you are doing the best that you can and you have achieved so much. And this is definitely a message of hope for you. I feel like some of you have been waiting for your new beginnings, and you really have been putting your energy out there in ways that I believe are sort of brand new for you. And you are working very much with the universe, and you are absolutely waiting for that payoff. And the message that I'm getting for you is that the payoff is coming so soon. Please, please, please keep the faith. It really comes down to, for you, just grounding in your own energy and knowing who you are. So having faith in your abilities. So sometimes I'm getting for you, pile 1ers, that you're going through a little bit of self-doubt. And also perhaps we are coming into the end of 2019. So this is a timeless reading, but for a little bit of context, I feel like a lot of you are summing up the year and what's happened and how you want to move forward. But particularly, I feel like a lot of your energy is based in the past. And I think a lot of growth that's happened for you in this year, 2019, really has been sort of interior, and you're about to see the exterior. So my message for you that I'm getting very strongly is hang on. You're absolutely going to be able to see your rewards, like very much coming into fruition. But like it takes a little while with energy for our interior energy to match with the exterior and pull the exterior physically into our world. And I feel like you're still waiting for the exterior to show up, the exterior to be physically pulled into the world so you can see everything, your tangible results. But your tangible results are coming. And I think some of you are a little bit worried that the seeds that you have sown are not even sprouting. Again, there may not be some tangible results, and if there are some tangible results, they're not taking off in the way that you would have thought, or maybe they're not as quick as you thought. And maybe there's a part of you that feels like it should go quicker. I need to do this. I need to do this. Why isn't this moving quicker? The message really for you is to slow down, to trust that everything is happening in divine timing. And on top of everything else, that while divine timing is coming into play, which it always is, you are being taken care of. You're absolutely been taken care of. You do not have to worry. I feel like there is a little bit of surviving kind of a vibe around you. And you're not trusting in this new beginning, which is absolutely coming. It's absolutely coming. The fact that this is reversed absolutely means nothing. It's just your headspace. This is very much your headspace. And trust in the commitment that you have given your life. I feel like you really have been very active this year to pull yourself forward, to push yourself forward in a way that you haven't done before, which requires a huge amount of trust that I feel like in the past you've not always completely had, but you are willing to sort of to make very specific sort of deals with yourself, insofar as like you've taken strategic risks, which are really, really wonderful. Whereas before, in some ways you wouldn't necessarily have been so much of a risk taker. And if you did, you would do it creatively on your own terms. But I feel like in all avenues of your life, you've really opened up and actually started committing to yourself and taking a lot more risks. But there's just a little bit, what I call an echo of the survival mentality. We want to say thriving, not surviving. So the first thing that we're going to do, already opened up the session with the Reiki symbol, the long distance Reiki symbol. So that's already open, and we're just going to do, I'm going to do the power symbol, Choku Rei here. And what I want to do is also send you Seiheki. This is just going to calm everything down, renew the trust, and integrate your masculine and feminine. And really what it is also, we're going to send this energy. I'm also going to do one of my favorite, the hearth, really to your heart. And really what we're going to do here is especially we're going to send this energy to your root chakra. And what we're going to say to your root chakra, so just take in a deep breath. What we're going to say to your root chakra is thriving, not surviving. What you have done in this year is you've been investing in your future in the thriving sense of the word, which is absolutely wonderful. Remember, Raphael is saying breathe. Now, what you're wanting to do is see those tangible results. And I promise you they are coming. But in the interim, if you don't see them as quickly as you want to see them, don't go back to the surviving. Don't go back to that fearful mentality. Oh, it's not happening for me. Oh, woe is me. No. It is. Stay true to yourself. Have trust that the commitment that you have given yourself is about to pay off in the tangible results that you want to see. So you have this immense power. You have these talents that you've been integrating into your world. And I feel like this is very much with finances. And I feel like finances are improving, but they're improving very, very slowly. And you want them to come in a much more rapid rate. I mean, who wouldn't? But they are coming in, and you have to trust that when they do come in, they will come in quite rapidly. And I think right now there might be just sort of more of a trickle sort of effect. And you're just, your mind is just jumping to these conclusions of, will I always be in this trickle effect? Absolutely not. Please, please, please keep the faith. And it's absolutely imperative that you remember for the Ace of Wands that everything that you have planted, which has been considerable, you have absolutely committed to yourself and your well-being and what you want to do and your path, what you're supposed to do in this lifetime at the beginning of this year. And you've been doing that consistently all the way through the year. The one thing I can say for you is that you have followed your heart. People who follow their hearts, it's a very courageous way of doing it. A lot of people don't. because they're frightened to do that for various different reasons that we don't need to go into right now, because that's not you. You have done that. You have to trust that the tangible results are coming in. So what we're going to do is the Rainbow Reviver is a reminder that you are this person that's sitting literally in the middle of all of this beauty, and the rainbow is just behind you, and it is free flowing. Everything that you've put out there will absolutely come back. So we are going to take these two messages of hope here to breathe and remember, do not apply the past, how things have worked out for you in the past, to your future. You've gone out of your way now this year to do things differently. Do not expect the same results. These results will be brand new, will be coming back to you in brand new ways, and they are coming back to you very, very quickly. So until that does, keep the faith. Do not apply your past to your present or your future. Breathe into the knowledge that you have rainbows all around you. And with this, I actually don't have it with me, but with this oracle card, this oracle deck, the Rainbow Reviver actually is an exercise where you sit very, very quietly, maybe by a stream or water. Water is very cleansing, particularly for you. And you literally imagine that, I have a little bit of a glare here. Let's move these forward. You literally imagine that the rainbow is washing completely over you and letting and taking away all those icky things, all those negative thoughts, or all those little moments of doubt. That's all you have, little moments of self-doubt. And it's taking those, it's washing them away. So if you want to do this little exercise, feel free to do that. And remember, these little moments of self-doubt are literally what happens to everybody before the big payoff comes in. So your main message is to breathe. All of your payoffs are coming in very, very soon. Please do not lose hope. Trust yourself. The way in which that you have been moving into this world, which has been completely different, will see a major and completely different payoff than you have in the past. Give it just a little bit more time. But again, the message that I'm getting in the interim, do not panic. All your needs are being taken care of. So you do not need to worry. Breathe into that Reiki of healing, especially for clearing out that first chakra, so you can take away those self-doubt and go back to the thriving mentality, not the surviving mentality. Everything is just going to be fine. It's going to be better than fine. In a couple of weeks, I'm hearing 3 weeks to a month, everything will lay out in front of you in brand new ways, and you will be feeling the positive effects of this reading in your life. So pile one, this is a good time. This is a wonderful time. Please keep the faith. And I hope this message resonates with you and gives you hope, because you deserve it. You are well on your way, my loves. So if this message resonated with you, I sincerely hope it does. Please let me know in the comments. Remember, keep the faith, drink plenty of water, and I hope you felt that Reiki. And remember, thriving, not surviving. You got this. Okay. Now for pile two, if you are the pile twoers, you pick this really cool skeleton guy going off into war, warrior. So you are ready for some action here. We're going to put him next to Gandalf. So as a reminder, what we will be doing, pile two, is asking for messages. Again, this is a timeless reading. Asking for messages that resonate with you right now. What do you need to hear right now? And as usual, we have the Reiki wand. If there's any extra healing that we need to do for you today, we're going to send those Reiki symbols and that Reiki healing done. Send that straight to you today. I've already opened up the session right at the beginning before I started filming with the long distance Reiki symbol. So all of this Reiki energy will be coming to you in its own way. So that's what we'll be doing. Okay, so we have the garden. These are really beautiful cards. Let's see. We have the divine feminine. It's wonderful. Okay. Two of fire coming into your own. Okay. 5 of air. And then we have blossoming. It is reversed. And we have clairvoyance. And we also have the Seven of Cups. Freudian slip, Second of Cups. But actually there's something in that too. So the first message that I'm getting, this is a little bit of a runoff from pile 1 too. So you might want to, you don't have to, but you might want to check in with pile 1 too. Pile 1, 2, pile 2ers, if that resonates with you. If you feel like you need a little extra clarity after this reading. But the one thing I am hearing is that there's a little bit of self-doubt coming in, and not seeing the wood for the trees. So this is specifically, there's a little bit different. Like I said, there's a little bit of an echo from pile 1, but this is like genuinely not trusting yourself or not trusting choices that you've made. So this is very specific to you, pile 2. You've made some choices recently, and some of them could be big, or some of them in the spectrum of everything that's going on in your life could seem big, but to others may not seem so big. But regardless, they seem very big to you, and they are significant in a way. They're choices in how you want to live your life, and moving forward on the path in the way that you want to move forward. And you are now doubting yourself that you've made the right choices. Well, the first thing I can say, the message is you've made the right choice. You've actually made the right choices. What you have done is that you've made choices and putting yourself first. So all of the choices that you've made recently are a reflection of what it is that you want in this lifetime. I'm just going to move these up here. What you want in these lifetime. And you've actually, for the first time, I would say, you may have had aspects of this in your life where you've taken choices, where you've made choices based on what you wanted. But I don't think you've done that systematically throughout your life. You've definitely made choices based on the, did I have to pay rent, or with other people, if you have a family with other people in mind, which is perfectly reasonable. You've not always made choices from you being the first to choose, with other people choosing, you've made choices with other people in mind. Let's be clear about that. You've recently made choices with just you in mind, putting yourself first and making choices there. Now, this initially, it's not that it didn't feel great. An aspect of it could have felt liberating, but you're not actually used to putting yourself first completely and totally in every choice that you do. So of course it was going to feel a little bit strange. Now you're wondering if these choices are going to give you the new beginning that you want, and whether they were right for you, or whether you should go back to what I call, quote unquote, the practical mindset, and resume back into that mindset. Now, there's nothing wrong with being practical. I say this a lot, especially with my clients. There's nothing wrong with being practical. But sometimes it's really important, I think all the time actually, it's really important to follow your heart. I think in this lifetime, it's really important to actually choose from your heart and trust that your practical mindset will work as a sort of a backup and make sure that everything falls into place. Sometimes when we go ahead and we make decisions from our practical mind, we're not at all listening to our soul's desire. And this can be quite dangerous if we keep doing it over and over and over again. We can feel very much like we're out of alignment with our path and why we're here. And really at the end of the day, in my opinion, and I can only give my opinion here, we're not here to live and die and pay rent and bills in between. We're here to connect. We're here to do something beautiful with this lifetime. We're here to really, truly live. And that can be very difficult for some people because it means that you have to do a lot of inner work. For you, however, I feel like in order to get liberated, you're willing to do the inner work, and you've done that. And the one thing that you've really done is that you've started to see yourself as this card, literally the garden. You've started to see yourself as somebody who is extremely talented, has something to give to this world. And in the way in which you're honoring it, which again is super beautiful, is to make decisions based on how your heart feels. And again, you're not necessarily used to doing this, at least across the board in all sections of your life. You've been recently doing this, and you've been wondering, again, if you will blossom from this. Now, I just want to remind you that the reason why sometimes these doubts come up and you wonder if this is the right thing for you is because, and again, this came up in Pal 1 a little bit, maybe the results are not tangible yet of you choosing yourself first. So you're wondering whether it's the right thing for you to do. Okay. So there might be a little bit of fear about the choices that you've made. So the one thing I'm going to say is that if you choose yourself and you put your heart connection first in this lifetime and you support the path that you're supposed to be on in this lifetime, there's absolutely nothing bad that can happen in that way. Now, I know it sounds weird, nothing bad will happen, but I'm saying that your needs will be taken care of. They absolutely will be taken care of. And you know, with the 7 of Cups, please trust that everything is out there, and like a little bit of fear can really plunge into the body in such a dramatic way and just make us believe things and make us doubt ourselves in ways that we really, really shouldn't. So the 7 of Cups is just a little bit of a warning, just to put fear in its place. You know, thank it. That's what I do. When fear comes up with me, I say, thank you. I totally understand in the past you've actually protected me and you've actually helped me. But right now, I need to go back to self-trust and self-love. I stand by my decisions. I do not need fear. Fear is just clouding a little bit when you're trying to look for the tangible results and you're actually not seeing them, even though there are little seeds popping up and little seedlings popping up, and there's every indication that it's all going to come back all right. And because of the fear, you're just not seeing them. You're just not seeing them. So please, please, please have trust. The divine feminine here is, and this is a very special card. The message I'm getting with this card very strongly is that you've been working with your guardian angels, and your guardian angels are so there. Right now, my heart is so full for you because they absolutely see all of the effort that you've put in, and they're saying, just stay with it, kid. I promise you, it's all going to be okay. They're really, really proud of you. They really, truly are. I'm getting really teary, actually. They're really, truly proud of you, and they know what it has taken for you to put yourself first. And that has not been easy for you, because it is not a natural thing for you to do. It's not a natural thing for you to put yourself first. I feel like you put everybody else first and not yourself. So you doing this, and part of this could be you're feeling a little bit selfish. And then, you know, if the tangible results aren't there, you're like, oh my God, I finally put myself first. Or, oh my goodness, I finally put myself first. I put myself out on a limb. Did I do the wrong thing? Now I feel bad. So absolutely not. Do not feel bad. Your divine feminine, these are your spirit guides, and they're innately sort of feminine in nature. I do feel Queen of Angels, Mother Mary, Queen of Angels, very strong, and Jesus also. I have two. I didn't even realize that I picked up two of the candles here. These are your spirit guides coming in, and they're just letting you know. I mean, I always connect with spirit guides, and those are the messages that I'm getting, but they are physically really, really here and just making sure, putting that bubble of light around you. So there is nothing for you to fear. That is absolutely coming into your own. Now, you do have these gifts, and you blossoming and deciding to put yourself first, putting yourself on the path of life for you in the way that you want, is you honoring your clairvoyance and honoring your empathic and beautiful nature. And you have the Two of Fire here. You have this fire energy with new partnerships and contracts coming in. And you are coming into your own. So and you should feel that now. You should absolutely feel that, even though you might have, let's just call it what it is, a slither perhaps of self-doubt. I really do feel as though there is a strength in you, that you do feel like aspects of yourself are coming back that maybe you had given away before. Like I said, you really did live for other people, and you were really beautiful in doing that. You're just, you know, that friend that always listened, did their best not to judge. And even, you know, if you were having a bad day and you did end up judging, you went away and you figured that all out. Why am I judging? It's all about me. I mean, there's nothing that you've not been willing to do to to literally break everything down and figure out at the core how everything works with you so you can become a better person. You've understood very much, especially in this year, in a tangible way, that you cannot change other people. You cannot change the way other people treat you, but you can change how you treat yourself. And ergo, and thereby, you can absolutely be in control to a certain degree of the energy that you're bringing into your space. And this is something that you've done. So your guardian angels, your beautiful guardian angels in your heart chakra, in your heart space, you should be able to feel them. Hopefully that's resonating with you because they're absolutely there for you. They just want to remind you that even though a little bit of fear has creeped in, that heart chakra is full and you do feel more like yourself every day, and they are supporting your path and the way that you are moving forward. You are blossoming. This is just self-doubt. You are blossoming and you have come into your own. And because of that, new energy, new partnerships, you should be moving into finding more of your soul family, support from the exterior. I feel like you've always had to support yourself. Everybody does, but you've always just relied on yourself. I feel like there's external hope and there's external support coming in very tangible ways. And also here, I do feel like there is a new movement, certainly with finances, but something to do with a job, either promotion or a brand new job. But whatever this new job situation or work situation is coming in very clearly for you, if it hasn't happened already, very, very quickly, it's a very supportive position, working with great people, going out on a limb here, saying that the new position in work will definitely bring in some of your soul family. You will be supported in really beautiful ways. So what I'm hearing is to be very stern. There will be no self-doubt. What you have done and how you were treating yourself and putting yourself first is absolutely the way to go. And what we're going to do right now, actually, we're going to clear out that fear and some of that self-doubt and some of that, should I have done it this way? Yes, you should have. And it is all coming back to you. And actually, if we clear some of this fear, which we're going to do, it sort of seeped into a little bit. Again, when I say seep in, we're talking echoes. It doesn't matter. None of this needs to matter. None of this needs really to be thought about. So we're going to do a double power symbol here. And we're just going to clear away what I call echoes. They don't even exist. We're not going to pay them any energy because whatever we pay energy to becomes a reality. So we just don't need to do that. So we're just going to send that power symbol. We're just going to clean out a little bit of those echoes of self-doubt. You've already been told that the way in which you're working now is the perfect way to do it. You are absolutely to contain and to keep yourself moving forward in the way that you've been doing, i.e. putting yourself and your soul's needs first. Absolutely. So I want you to take a really big deep breath, get that energy, and let that silly echo of self-doubt, let it just go. We've got your beautiful angels here. We have Mother Mary, Queen of Angels. That lady does not lie, and she's very powerful. So she's sitting with you, especially in your heart chakra, just telling you that you are protected and that new contracts, new soul families, new situations, tangible results are coming very quickly. So just breathe. They've got you. All right, Pile 1. Don't you worry. Do not worry. And for those of you who have been, I just got an image of people crying because you're just, the self-doubt have got to the point where you've shed some tears. Make sure those tears are happy and beautiful tears because you trust in what you're doing and you can feel the energy of your spirit guides who absolutely, and your angels who are around you, who are telling you to hang right on because everything's happening for you. So I hope this resonated for you, Pile 2. Please let me know in the comments below. You take care of yourself. Give yourself a big hug and know that everything is going to be fine. You've got some very powerful guardian angels. Mother Mary, Queen of Angels. I'm sorry, it doesn't get any better than that lady. And obviously Jesus. They usually come in together when I read. So if she says everything's okay, then trust me, it is. All right, Pile 2. You look after yourself now. Okay, Pile 3. just for you. This is your beautiful unicorn. She's a little, look, she's a little bit drunk, but she's very happy nonetheless. So for pile 3, any of you, oh, there she goes. Any of you who chose pile 3, let's just remind ourselves we are looking for relevant messages that resonate right now. It's a lot of ours. Just letting you know what it is, the message that you need right now. If you need some extra healing Reiki, I've already done I've opened up the session at the beginning of the session here before I started filming with the long distance Reiki symbol. So we will be sending some extra energy healing and Reiki to you should you need it in the session. So let's get and see what, ooh, maturity. Let's see what we've got here for you. Love. These cards are really, really beautiful. We've got the Hermit card. Okay, we've got the Chariot card here. We've got Trust, which is reversed. We've got Spiritual Understanding. And we have King of Wands. So I feel like with this reading, there's some overlap between pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Every single reading, every single pile has a slightly different sort of effect and slightly different version. But really, the messages here, just like pile 1 and pile 2, are to absolutely, you have to learn how to trust yourself. I feel like specifically with you, you are learning when to sort of back off and listen to your intuition, and when to put all of what you've learned and integrate it back into the world. So let's try and see if we can say this better. So what you have mastered, I would say, I'm getting the feeling that you've mastered this, but what you've specifically been working on is when to sort of disappear from life and go into your spiritual realm and work on yourself, because in order to be the best that we can be in this lifetime, you've realized that it all has to come from you. You are your own being. You cannot control what other people think and how they act, but you can, to a certain degree, certainly control not how you're perceived, but how you perceive yourself, and then integrate that into the world. So your whole thing, particularly this year, and again, this is a timeless reading, but you have been working on when to push and when to back off. And this has been a really, really huge thing for you, because I feel like in the past, you've pushed, and then you may have gotten the result, and then you said, what the hell? What is this? I don't even want this. And I feel like this has happened for you systematically. So the one thing that you have been learning to do, and I think you've mastered this. You've mastered this really beautifully. When to back off, and when to say yes to things. When to move forward, and when to push. And I think part of this is getting back into your nature and really asking yourself what it is that you want in this lifetime, and having the guts to approach life on your own terms. And again, there's echoes of this in pile 1 and pile 2. Normally, you know, I do say to people who have picked pile 1, you know, if you need to go to pile 2 and etc. But I feel for pile 3, if you're feeling like you want to, you might even find some more messages in pile 1 and pile 2, even though you picked pile 3, because they really are connecting in a very extreme way, I think. And again, we do have very, very specific messages in each one. And yours is the way in which you are physically in the world. Like I said, pushing, pulling back, pushing, pulling back. I feel like you have mastered that. And I feel like there might be a little bit of self-doubt in that trust, because again, and this came up in pile 2, this process is brand new for you. And the results that you would have gotten in the past no longer apply anymore, because you are doing things completely different. So you're sort of looking for your payoff in the world in a completely different way than you would ever attract, because you're doing things differently. But you're still expecting the same results. What is that thing about madness? Doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting, you know, different results. You're doing the exact opposite. You're doing completely different stuff and expecting the same results. You know, when you look for it in the world in a tangible way, you're looking for it the way that it would have shown up before when you were doing things differently. So when it's not showing up in that way, you're distrusting yourself and saying, where's the payoff? I don't know what I'm doing here. What's going on? And what they're saying is, and that's echoing in on not trusting yourself. What they're saying is, and I'm actually going to do this because I've just been told, I'm going to turn this the right side up because you should be trusting. And here we have, the duck. And we've got this animal here, and this is how you used to be, and this is how you are, elevated, completely different, looking at the moon. And you've got the spiritual understanding. You've been working from a completely different direction, but you've gone back to this mentality. I mean, this is why we needed to turn this card the right way up. I really honestly could not ask for a better interpretation. So I don't know if you can see this, but you're still working from this when you're this. And let me be clear. You're not working from this. You're working from this and expecting the results to look like when you worked from this. That's more specific. But the results and the way it's going to come into your life and integrate into your life and shine light into your life is going to be completely different. So my message to you that I'm getting very loudly and clearly is to expect brand new beginnings. Nothing is supposed to look the same. So stop trying to judge your life from the past. I feel like because you've taken this very masculine energy and really understood how that you've been working on the masculine side, really putting your masculine self out there, like I said, knowing when to push and knowing when to pull back with the receptive feminine energy. And you've done that beautifully. I mean, maturity, you've absolutely mastered that with the help of your spirit guides and the help of your spiritual understanding and wisdom in this lifetime, which is considerable and has been brought in from other lifetimes, by the way. So you have a lot of personal power, which you've always known, but you have used that power against yourself by pushing for things that you didn't really want or pushing at the wrong time because you felt you had to. Now that you've mastered the idea, or it was an idea, it was a concept. Now you've mastered the understanding of when to push, when to pull back. Please trust the process on brand new terms. They're asking you to go back to your sense of self and have that trust. Now, when you love what you do and you come from a place of self-love, you always trust the result will be fine. Now, will the result be what we think it's going to be? Probably not. Will it look and feel the same, the way that we imagined when we were manifesting? Probably not. I'm sure it'll feel even more incredible than you ever thought possible. And that's totally fine. But any self-doubt that you have, it's because and again, I like the word echo because I don't like putting too much energy onto the negative, because once we focus on that, that's what we're bringing in. So what we want to do is we want to bring back the trust. You've mastered something which is really incredible. A lot of people don't master this. People push their whole lives and end up with so many different situations. Or the other thing that you can do in a really extreme way, and I've known people who have done this, they push and they accomplish, and on paper their life looks amazing. They've got lots of money and they've got this, that, and the other, but the cracks start to form. And what they've not done, if they've not really known when to push or back off. And when you back off and you listen to that receptive feminine energy, you are working from the space of your heart, of your soul purpose. And a lot of people aren't doing that. They're just about achieving. Well, not a lot of people, but some people. But you've realized that achieving does nothing unless it comes from a heart center. So please trust that heart center. Again, you have mastered this. This is something you have already mastered. You know when to move forward. You know when to move back. You know that you are integrating your wisdom in a very specific way. You also know that you were born to put that wisdom and integrate that wisdom on your own terms in a very specific way to help others and to shine a light. I keep seeing a beacon of light, like a lighthouse. Again, you cannot save anybody, which is something that you're well aware of. You may not have been well aware of that 8-10 years ago, but you're well aware of that now. But you can be a beacon of light. So go back to that center heartfelt space and stop expecting results that look familiar. And that's when some of this, and again, it's not really that you have self-doubt. It's more like you distrusted the process, and maybe a little bit of distrust from the universe, or questioning the universe. Again, we have turned this the right way up. The universe is saying your message is loud and clear. Please remember, this is brand new. This is new energy. It's coming back to you in a completely different way. And they're saying, please, a round of applause, give yourself an absolute huge round of applause of achieving this new maturity of the firm integration of masculine and feminine, a beautiful balance of when to move forward and when to back off, and choosing from a heart space. And don't forget that self-love comes from a place of trust. When you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you never need to worry. You never need to distrust the universe. The universe hears anybody that has the courage to follow their heart. You've done that. And not only that, you've mastered the intricacies of physically how to do that and make that possible in this lifetime. There's nothing that can go wrong. Beautiful things are coming in for you. If they haven't started already, I feel like it's sort of like, I keep getting these visions of dominoes, when you line them all up and the first one, plops over, and then the rest of them just start going. You've just literally turned over that first domino, and it's going. So your payback, what it is that you will see, your tangible results coming back for you. And again, this is, I feel like with pile 1 and pile 2, it's about tangible results and coming back and being able to see your effect in the world. I feel like there will be no trickling. It will be the domino effect. And the first one has been triggered to go down, and the rest of them are going to go down in extreme and beautiful ways. So what we're going to do is, I'm actually going to do the Rama symbol here, which I absolutely love. I'm also going to do a Seihei key. Now, this is a beautiful balancing symbol between masculine and feminine. You've already done that, but with a little bit of this distrust, you come out of that balance just a little bit. But you can regain balance at any moment whatsoever. So this is super easy for you. And the word I like to use is echo. I use it all the time because, like I said, these are echoes. This is just a little bit of some of these echoes here, but there's of self-doubt, but these echoes can be integrated and released at any time. So just take a deep breath. That's the power symbol there. We're just going to send that all the way through to you, starting at your crown chakra and moving all the way through to your root chakra. So a little extra grounding there with the power symbol. And as it goes through, especially all of these symbols, but especially I feel like with the power symbol, as soon as we start with the crown chakra, I couldn't even think of it, and then all the way through, cleansing all the way through the chakras and giving you a little extra grounding right at the end. So just take a deep breath, come into yourself. I mean, you literally have brand new beginnings, and all of these beginnings will present themselves in brand new ways. So expect the unexpected in a good way. Expect excellent surprises. Expect absolutely brand new beginnings in every area of your life. And go back to center self. And no more distrust. You've got this. You've absolutely got this, pile 3. All right, pile 3ers. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for being you. I'm very excited for you. These are very, very powerful cards. And I think it really does feel like, even though this warrior is a skeleton, you don't need to be ready to fight anymore, but you are a warrior spirit. There's nothing that won't come true for you. It's no coincidence that you pick this, but you're not just bones. You're not just a skeleton. You have a whole system, slew of people and support around you. So just hold on in. It's coming for you in such good ways, and expect it. Like I said, expect the unexpected. All good things, though. So if any of this resonated, please take your time and breathe in with the Reiki too. Let it ground you. Any of this resonated, I would love to hear from you, pile 3. I sincerely hope that you feel amazing and that all these great things happen for you. And I want to say goodbye and thank you for being with me today. You have been wonderful. Take care.